Yo, what's up guys? Joker bringing you another video for the 3.21 Crucible League, and this is going to be me going over the balance manifesto and kind of pointing out generic nerfs that I am personally not happy with. So there is going to be other things that I do skip over, but these are just mainly things that I care about, so that's why I'm pointing them out. The first initial thing that I would like to address is the fact that GGG said this was not going to be a Nerf fest, and if this isn't a Nerf fest, it's at least a Nerf party, a Nerf get together. Like there is a decent amount of nerfs in here and very, very few actual buffs in my opinion. So it pretty much is a Nerf fest. And I have a little bit of a problem with them saying that again. Oh, this isn't going to be a Nerf fest, but it kind of is. The only positive that I was able to pull out of this really is the fact that it's not 315. It's not 315 levels of bad. All right, and for some reason, starting at the bottom and working my way up, we got item balance. They went ahead and they removed the extra arrow for bow attacks as an implicit on bows and quivers as a synthesized implicit. So this is because they added this onto the skill tree. It's kind of a net neutral, but it's also kind of a net loss because now you have to use an additional skill point to get the arrows compared to just having it on a base item. Apart from that, they removed the chance for your flask not to consume charges on all belts, so that's just a flat loss. Um, Surveyor's compasses now are going to drop when sextons can drop, so I mean that kind of just makes sense. And then this is my favorite part. You can no longer create books of regression. So pretty much what this does is this goes ahead and this kills endless heist. Up next, we got the changes to the wands where they removed the vendor recipes. It doesn't state if they removed the +1 level, but it does show that they removed the added flat damage recipe. So depending on if they removed the +1 level, this is either or really bad. If they removed both of them, it is pretty bad because normally what you would do is just be able to craft one of these wands super easy with damage and like +1, and then you'd be able to go ahead and use that wand until end game. If they removed both of those, then you're going to have to try to really roll your wands more frequently as you progress, which is going to be probably every 2 acts or so. You're going to have to try to roll a wand, which kind of seems stupid and annoying, but I mean, if that's the way they want to go with it. Jumping around once again, that brings me to the fact that all mana reservation efficiency masteries did get removed from literally everything. So it is going to be so hard to balance auras, especially in the game state now where you normally want to have several auras just for base survivability. So it kind of sucks that they went ahead and they removed it from everything. Every mastery that gave any kind of mana reservation efficiency, they went ahead and they took it away. The only place we get it now is if we go to the mana masteries, which is now something that people are going to have to take, which they really never took before. And this is our only reservation efficiency, really. And I feel like this is going to be really inconvenient for a lot of builds just because of the fact that, I mean, who takes mana masteries, right? So that's an interesting change. I don't know why they did that. Maybe they just want to kill us, but on to the next thing. Still in the masteries with a couple more nerfs, we have where Chaos Masteries got hit here pretty hard. On top of that, if we go ahead and we drop down to lightning, lightning damage with non-critical strike is lucky is something else that got removed, and there's really nothing that got implemented to substitute for that. So a lot of lightning builds did take a big damage decrease because of this. Two main builds that I like is any spark character as well as smite armor stacker, right? This is a mastery that you needed in both of those to get like a decent chunk of damage. And the fact that it's just gone now is kind of sad. At this point, with how much GGG is nerfing our survivability, it's amazing that they just have an add a modifier that just blows us up on monster death. Molten Shell went ahead and got hit again, which pretty much is like
Leave
Molten Shell.
alone!
At this point, it feels like GGG should almost remove Molten Shell instead of continue to abuse it. I know they want us to die more because it's blatantly obvious. They nerfed auras, so we have no defenses through auras pretty much because most players are going to take a damage aura over a defensive aura now. And now you can't have more than one really. On top of that, with Vol Molten Shell being one of the primary defensive skills that we did use, being nerfed once again, it's kind of obvious that they just want us to die at this point. One more thing that I forgot with the nerfs on the notables was the corruption notable got hit, and that was another big hit to poison because it was the thing that gave us free withered effect. So I mean, I guess poison and or just chaos damage skills. Now looking at some larger nerfs that went ahead and actually killed two of my league starter ideas is the fact that not only the lightning nodes that got nerfed, the fact that spark got pretty heavily nerfed as well. Base projectile speed of spark, which in case you don't know is a huge thing. Projectile speed in spark is a massive deal. It now fires only 3 projectiles as well, which is also a big deal. With this on top of the lightning mastery being taken away, spark got hit incredibly hard. Besides that, my other poisonous concoction pathfinder that I was going to do, poisonous concoction now consumes 1 charge per projectile fired from 1 life flask if possible. Now, in case you don't know, I went ahead and I went to max roll and just to see their flasks. They have 45 charges, right? Um, you're firing 10 projectiles because you have GMP as well as a greater volley. So you're firing your 1 from your skill, 4 here, and 5 here. You're losing 10 flash charges. No matter if you're a Pathfinder or not, you're not going to be able to sustain that. The only thing that would sustain it is the new Pathfinder Mastery, where it goes ahead and it has a 50% chance to save your flash charges, which is something that I honestly thought was going to be something I anointed with Flesh and Flame compared to actually taking it. I'm not seeing it right here. Give me 1 second. There we go. I found it. It instead now provides 50% chance for flasks to you use not to consume charges. Now, I feel like this isn't actually, now that I'm reading it, this isn't going to cover for Poisonous Concoction. So I don't know how you're supposed to run Poisonous Concoction now, since you were normally scaling the amount of projectiles and like attack speed. So I feel like Poisonous Concoction is dead. And then the last couple of things to round out this video, really, they went ahead, they nerfed Arcane Surge, they removed Onslaught, and then they on top of that, they went ahead and they nerfed the Harvest, where you would be able to do the Sextant, as well as, weirdly enough, they nerfed the breach nodes, the thing that was giving us double breach lords. They went ahead and cut that in half. Plus they took away the our splinter bonus. So they like divided the amount of splinters we get by 4. So that's going to be interesting for how much breach stones are really worth this league. But that's pretty much it. That's everything that I can think of. So I made a little poll. I said, did you guys want to hear complaints or positive stuff first? Complaints won at the point that I recorded this. So complaints is what you got. These are all a bunch of nerfs and changes that I'm not particularly happy about, but the next upcoming videos are all going to be positive pretty much. Things I'm looking forward to, things I'm excited about, builds that I'm theory crafting, stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with this and future videos. And until next time, take care.